What's good everyone, yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about Playboi Carti and a whole lot of red. And since my last video detailing all the information we have about the album, we've got a ton of new details about the project. So in this video I wanted to give an update about the album, and this won't be going through all the basic information because I did cover that last video, so I'll just give you guys the new updates. So getting into it. As we learned through the fader piece, so far Carti has recorded about 50 or so songs for the album, which honestly isn't that surprising. Considering the amount of leaks that we get consistently from Carti, it's pretty obvious that he over records for his albums, so this number isn't really that surprising. And in terms of the songs that are going to be on there, the fader piece seemed to confirm that Cancun and Molly are going to be on the project, which is good to hear. As well as this, it gives us insight into the producers like Molly Raw and Don Cannon, as well as prospective features like Gunna and Trippie Redd. This gives us more hints about the songs that are going to be on there, as we've gotten various snippets of collabs between Carti Trippie and Carti Gunna, like Autopsy, That Bitch, as well as Exotic, which we recently saw leaked, so curious to see what ends up on the album. Also, the track titled RIP Yams, which was specifically mentioned in the fader piece as well, and a lot of people were anticipating to be on the project, did recently leak, as a lot of you will know, so that's another track that will possibly be on there. And it's interesting to note that VK, a Russian-based music website, has actually been copyrighting certain songs like Molly, Whole Lotta, and Chopper Go, and what this generally means is if the label is going to the effort to copyright certain leaks in particular, it means that they're likely going to release them officially, otherwise they would just leave the leaks to exist on the internet, as often happens. And quick shout out to Bloody Carti for the source of this image, GOAT IG page, and also shout out to all the real ones in the yadiiiigg group chat. All you guys are goats. But getting back to Carti, interestingly enough though, the writer made a point of mentioning this comment by Carti about Pierre Bourne, saying that he wasn't around much for a whole lot of red. And as longtime fans will know, Carti rarely sticks to one producer for long. We had the awful Ethereal era early on, we had the Mexicojo era, and recently we've had the Pierre era with Self-Titled and Dilate. And as we know through snippets alone, they have a bunch of music together, but the writer specifically making a point of mentioning this makes me believe that perhaps Whole Lotta Red will be a shift away from the Pierre-centric compositions of Self-Titled and Dilate. As I said, we do know Molly Raw and Don Cannon are on the album according to the fader piece, but in another interview, Carti mentions Richie Soof as a producer. We also know that Carti has a collab with Tay Keith in the works that features Key Glock, and also in a separate interview, Black Mass, who is a producer slash engineer, did mention he was going to be on a Whole Lotta Red in some capacity. So it will be interesting to see who handles the bulk of the production on the album, and whether Pierre will be heavily featured if so. And the next biggest point about the album that everybody's talking about is a collab album with Metro that's in the works. This is very interesting, and I have nothing to add on this beyond the fact that I'm very curious to hear what it's going to sound like. And in terms of the release, we're still very much in the dark about when it's going to come out. If I was to guess, it seems that with all the leaks, Carti is actually going back and recording new tracks for it, so I'm not expecting it to release in the next week or two, but who knows. And that's all from me today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Just a quick little update video for today. If you haven't, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to your boy, and make sure to follow me on all social medias for more. And there are more videos of mine on screen right now. Make sure to check them out if you haven't.